just need to throw in the Discord link and we can start looking at this. So, let me see. There we are. There it is. Alright. And here. And welcome to the last stream of 2021. For me, at least. Ah. Boy. Alright. So, there really needs to be a mods button on this menu so that you can store the different mods just inside a folder. That's what I think. But there isn't. Anyway, whatever. We'll just, we're just gonna be dicking around with some of the stuff, so we might as well just do this. Everything can just be, Sure, why not? Okay, maybe that should stay small. There's a random opponents option. Hey there, Necro. Alright, so we have some names here. Grimhilder. I assume that they're going to be replacing the portraits at some point then. Hermes. I assume if they're going through the trouble of putting in names that they're probably going to replace portraits somewhere down the line, but whatever. Grimhilder. Idris. Sure, why not? Okay, anything different here? I'm literally just gonna be exploring, poking things and seeing what they look like. So all of these look like they're the same. I could dig around and look to find any small changes in them, but whatever. Let's start by seeing some commons, huh? Okay. Commons. The only thing I see that's different is killer wasps. Summon a swarm of killer wasps. They're small, flying, deadly insects with deadly poison. But the real strength is in their numbers and ability to replenish their casualties quickly. What does that mean? Is it regenerating? But there are no sprites! Nothing under sorcery is different. Fireball is a first level spell. Then why does Firebolt still exist? I guess Firebolt still has its own uses. What did this take the place of? They swapped something out. They left Disrupt and Animate ammo. Oh, there's no fire elemental here. Really? What did they do to the fire elemental? The same. Liability? Target, normal unit, must resist or gains Jinx. All units find the same armor with it. Oh, yeah, we already have this spell. Yeah, okay, they just renamed a spell. Alright. Hey there now. Ha! Band of Kings of Ancient China, yeah? Did they change any of the races? This is a better description here. Have an increased chance to hit? Do they know? Nice written out bonuses, but I'm not seeing that anything has changed yet. But I was told that all the races just about have new stuff. So we're gonna look at a bunch of these. We're gonna start game file after game file just to look at shit. Alright, spearmen are still spearmen. Shouldn't they only have one attack power? instead of 2? Wait a minute. You negate first strike now. But what I really want to know... Okay, it's not a combat summon. This is taking the place of sprites. It even has the same upkeep cost. Sprites are kind of ridiculous, but I guess they decided that a flying shooting unit is too good. Hi there, so you're my one opponent on this very tiny world. Oh, hi. Is that your capital? You've already summoned something, I see. That's fine. We're mostly here to see the wasps. Oh, I should have looked at the... Ah! What is that? Okay. How many figures is it? I don't know. But if you have this many figures, if I can apply a buff to it, it would be terrifying. Look at their defensive value. Why do they have negate first strike? Armor piercing. I mean, I can kind of understand armor piercing, kind of. It's a swarm. It gets inside under your armor and stings you. Missile immunity? Yeah, I can see that. Well, yeah, no, I can totally agree with missile immunity. Because big rocks will still hurt them, magic attacks will still hurt them. I don't understand this one, though. That one I don't understand so much. And this defense score. I don't know how he did the sprite. I've never seen something with more than 8 figures. Oh! Those having nothing in them, huh? Yes. Okay, the gargoyles, are their stats any different? I don't know. I don't have their stats memorized. They have no poison! Wait a minute. They have no poison. They've got negate first strike, but no poison. What is this? The flee thing was active immediately. I think that was a change to the main game. I think each 3 represents a single figure. I think each 3 of them represents a single figure. No, maybe it's in pairs? I can't quite tell. But a common should definitely not... This only costs 65. How much does a gargoyle cost? You should not be killing a gargoyle with such a cheap unit. Deadly poison... Ability to replenish their casualties. Neither of those are true. Instead, we have negate first strike. That's definitely supposed to be poison right there. I would lower their attack to 1, and then give them a poison. Anything that has 10 resistance is basically immune to poison, of course. But I would just make them be doing poison damage almost exclusively. Poison to 1 sword. I don't know about this ridiculous defense. Definitely need some checking on this balance. I mean, I'll admit, sprites are probably the most powerful summon in the game, just because you can get them from turn 1, and there's so many things that can't shoot back. I can totally understand why, if you were rebalancing the game, you might take sprites out and put something else in. But this just killed a gargoyle. That can't be right. Yeah, they're definitely... be aware, this mod is in its early development. So, we're gonna see all kinds of weird stuff, I'm sure. But we're just kind of looking around, seeing the ideas. Okay, first thing I want to do... Done. Just patrol. I don't care. I don't care. bothering to build a second city, to be honest. That must be his. I set the world to tiny and the game's difficulty to easy. Okay, what we're gonna do... Does easy reduce the rebel rates? Okay, specifically... We just want to see the units. So gladiators, those are normal. Heavy cavalry, that's new. Okay. Cavalry, heavy cavalry. Spellzerkers, that's normal. The only thing I'm seeing that wasn't here before is heavy cavalry. Oh, we need that one. We need that one spell. That's right. We need our Armorers Guild. Sure, why not? You're welcome. Sure. Now we have a research speed. I don't know. I mean, if you have a magical weapon that you can kill them with, then your first strike should still be a first strike, I guess. I don't know, it seems strange to me. Oh yeah, you probably want that too. Yeah, putting it in easy definitely reduced the amount of rebels. Okay, we need, whatchamacallit, Tree of, Knowledge. Whatever the hell it is. There it is. 7 turns. Oh, did you build everything? How nice. They can have a merchant's guild, I guess. But once we've revealed all their units, we can look around at them. Okay, there it is. Goodness knows we have enough mana crystals at this point. I just rejected a hero. And I don't even care. Were these modified? I feel like that's a lot more hit points. It definitely didn't have immolation. Ah, they definitely didn't have fire breath. Cold immunity? Well, I don't know about cold immunity. You sure that's not a weakness? Anyway, they've been made much, much more powerful. So now we know. Okay, town's burnt. Very sad. Alright. I noticed that I can't actually have the heavy cavalry. No, wait, yes I can. They're down here, not up here. Huh. Nice sprite work. Okay. So, kind of like the Highman Knights. Actually, they have an extra hit point, and they have a little bit of a resistance, which you need. 4 with pathfinding, since they're barbarian. They move slower. The regular cavalry is faster. Interesting. Interesting. Light cavalry versus heavy cavalry. Have you finished casting it yet? Did I cast Tree of Knowledge? Barbarians can't use it. Okay, that's fine. So the one thing the barbarians got is heavy cavalry. Alright. So when I compare that with the... I must have not cast it. I have already cast it. Something's wrong. No, okay, no, everything's right. Never mind. Don't mind me, I'm crazy. Alright, so basically, Heavy Cavalry is identical in stats to a Berserker. But with just the fact that it's got less figures, it moves faster. It's got a higher maintenance cost. It's got first strike. Why would you take it over Berserkers? What's the advantage? First strike and 1 hit point, but you lost 2 figures. It's an idea, but I think a Berserker's better. I don't know what you need to do to make the Heavy Cavalry. Let me think. So, the Barbarians already are... They don't get much in the way of ranged attacks. They've got the Berserkers with the absolutely pathetic resistance, which is a huge problem. You've got the Gladiators, which are a little bit more resistant, and the Spellzerkers that you can work with, but they always have a terrible weakness in that department. One point of mobility just doesn't warrant losing 2 figures. Especially at a higher cost to make and maintain. This unit needs something. Something to set it apart. I might, since they're barbarians, I don't know, I know the Jackal Riders have cause fear. That would be my first guess, would be give them cause fear. Maybe, I don't know. Something. Yep. Hey there, Chenla. Yeah, this is my last stream for this year. Alright, let's look at another race. Alright. I hate this. I'm not losing. I'm just ampling. Annoying. Alright. Let's look a good look at life magic this time. I don't know. Just put something down. Starting common. Everything's normal. Stream of Life is a... oh, wait a sec. Yeah, okay, so Stream of Life is an uncommon. Was Stream of Life an uncommon? I feel like Stream of Life was rare, but I might be mistaken. Alright. What's this? With double the base melee and ranged attacks, strength, health, +4 defense and resistance. It loses any levels or experience? Oh. That makes me wonder how good this really is. It's expensive, it costs 10 mana per turn. It dispels buffs you already put on it, right? I think this is terrible. I would much rather just put Lionheart and other buffs on my unit than put this on it. Don't like this one. Spirit of Chivalry. Oh, what's this? Champion of Chivalry who is bound by an oath to serve the just forth of life for eternity to aid in combat. It's a combat summon. Appearance of this eternal champion. Ah, Michael Moorcock, huh? Would inspire the people whom he protected. His appearance is a sign that heaven has not forsaken them. Well, I can't see his stats, so I don't know how good this is. But presumably it better be pretty darn good. An 80 cost combat summon, huh? Alright. What about death? So we already saw liability. Dance of Death, that's new. When the wizard casts a spell that requires a saving throw, the target must roll twice to successfully resist the spell. Oh! Okay, this is Fate Mastery, moving it over from Chaos to Death. 3 meteors will hit the enemies? Nah, take the meteors out. You're a Death Mage. It randomly throws weakness or something at the enemy. Not Rain of Fire. You're a Death Mage now. You can't just... You don't make it rain fire. That's wrong. Anyway. I could kind of see moving that over to here, but... That looks like that's it for death. I mean, that's a pretty massive boost to death. I was actually thinking Death Chaos would be the way to play death now, but... Oh, Merry Christmas to everyone, yeah? We'll check the Clacons next, yeah. It sounds a lot like the Chosen, but the Chosen is a hero, and the Chivalry guy was a combat summon, so... I do want to play around the Darkest Dungeon a lot. So many things I want to play. Corrosive Blast. Wow. 30 non-magical attack. Chemicals. Like, is there any of the resistances apply to this? This might just ignore all resistances. 36, 30. But this is armor piercing, and this is not. Putting these two to share the same level. I would actually put Fireball back over here and put Corrosive Blast. Oh, that is sharing with Firebolt. I got it. And then it would be, if you moved it up a tier, it would be sharing a slot with Warp Lightning. And Doom Bolt. Yeah, okay. I don't know where you can put Corrosive Blast. No matter what you do, Chaos always has an attack spell. So, looks like... Chaos Embrace. Was this in Caster? This might be a Caster Magic thing. No, this isn't. Is it? No, it isn't. I don't think it is. All creatures gain Doom Gaze 3. Caster Wizard's newly created units gain all 3 effects of Chaos Channel. So, why should Doom Mastery even exist anymore? Violence? Happiness? Violence, happiness. So your Colosseums generate 1 power. Okay. I don't know what violence, unrest caused by magic is, but... Colosseums generating a point of power in chaos. Honestly, I'd kind of like that to be a common effect. Like something early on, like a city enchantment or something. I like the idea. All 3 chaos channel effects. I'm fine with that on a very rare, honestly. That's interesting because it makes chaos good with regular units, sort of. It's interesting. Because chaos... Well, I've talked many times about how chaos needs something. Well, this is something. The problem is it's a very rare. And having Doom Mastery taken away from them is a pretty big hit. The Corrosive Blast is interesting, though. I like it. Is it saying it buffs Doom Mastery? So you have to have Doom Mastery in play for it to work? Maybe. I don't know. Alright, let's look at nature. So we already saw the wasps. Okay. I don't know, from this direct description it sounds like they have regeneration, but they don't, so... I don't know if they should. Alright. Honestly, nature was already the full package. Although I do miss Stone Skin and Giant Strength sometimes. I understand why they're not here. Okay, well, let's look at Sorcery. Disillusionize. Attempts to remove all beneficial city enchantments from the targeted city. But we already have a spell for that. We already have a spell for that. Disenchant area, and we've already got a sorcery spell that doubles its effectiveness. Well, okay then. Alright, let's try the Clackons. I would love to see Bombardier Beetles firing. Even if it, I mean, it's just, I would love to see Bombardier Beetles. I would love to see Dragonfly Riders. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We can just go, whoop. Coatl. Wait, where'd this come from? I didn't notice this one. A Feathered Serpent. Is this our replacement for Naga? I think that must be a replacement for the Naga. I mean, it's definitely more of a sorcerer unit. Flying and spell casting? We'll have to see one. We'll summon one. Nagas, honestly, have never really felt... I mean, sorcery is supposed to have weak summons to begin with, you know? At least in my opinion. It's based on blue from Magic the Gathering. Alright. Mantis! Oh ho! The only thing that could be more fun than a mantis would be a mantis shrimp. Maiden Queens, Antlions. Okay, somebody loves the Clackons. They can have a Mechanicist's Guild. Do they still get their triple hammers? Do we still get 3 hammers per worker? Dispelling Wave does not disenchant city, oops, shit. I'll try to move it over here so next time a hero comes up, I won't accidentally Yeah, here you go. He has levels? 2 levels, but I don't have famous. You're not supposed to come with levels, silly. Money. There's a bank coming up, though. I might have to raise taxes. Alright, we got Coatl. Let's get Tree of Knowledge. Alright, give me it. 135. It's expensive. Very nice. Oops, I didn't see the picture on it. Oh well. Let's have a look at this thing. That works kind of okay. Caster 15. Less even than a magician. But hey, you can start the game summoning these. It's a single figure. It's got a good amount of hit points for a common summon. That's a lot of attack for a common. Anyway, Lightning Breath, a little bit of spell casting. I'd probably take off some of their attack power. Do you really need poison and lightning? I mean, you can have both, but why not just emphasize the lightning? Why not just emphasize the Lightning Breath as its special ability? And then, yeah. Anyway, I kind of like the concept. I have no idea how balanced it is. After the wasps, you're probably going to hear me say that a lot. Okay, anyway. You saw Nagas on the list? We'll check. Replacement of the water elemental. Well, I like the water elemental. We'll check. We'll see. Alright. So, before we hit all that, let's have a look. So, things we can build just without even the spell. So, we have Antlion Riders. Merging. Ambush Predator. Well, merging and first strike. This is, you know, the thing I loved most. Like, Worlds of Magic, I always bring this up. The coolest idea I saw in that game were the elves having unicorn riders. A teleporting thing. Well, now, basically, yeah, Clacon is having a teleporting cavalry. This is a cavalry unit I would use. In fact, they may be a little OP, I don't know. So catapults are, so we never had ballista before. So trade out wall crushing for armor piercing. Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, I think it's straight up superior. I mean, who cares about wall crushing when you can, but, yeah, ballista. Sure. I guess there's probably limitations to which races can build them. I would give the catapult more ammo than the ballista, personally. I mean, it's just rocks. You actually have to craft arrows for this thing, bolts. I see that they're twice as expensive to maintain, so they understand this is a more powerful unit. Good. Yeah, okay. Now we have Mantises. First strike and negate first strike. I didn't see exactly what it cost to make them. Like what their requirements were. I wasn't paying close attention to that. They're fast. Well, this is faster moving. They have 6 figures. Lots of defense. Huh. Yeah, sure. Sure, why not? Yeah, okay. Alright, now let's see what we can do with... It's still a stag beetle. Alright, but we get a wizard now. Clacons never get a ranged unit. That's like just a thing. They just don't get to have ranged attacks. Sure. That'll make our money stop sucking in. Yeah, we'll look it up in a second on the summon. Poison? Now, I've always thought Clacons should have poison, but they're wizard? They're magician? They cost 200. It's a flying magician. Healer? What the hell is this? It's a butterfly lady. So, no ranged attack again. So, sticking with the Clacons don't get ranged attacks. Well, I mean, they kind of, but... Clacons don't do ranged attacks. Okay. So this is sort of like a shaman. I mean, it's a... It should have Purify. It should be able to purify corrupted tiles. I don't know why this unit has poison. They cost 200 a piece to make. Oh, they do have Purify. Oh, Holy bonus. Holy bonus. Okay. They have a leadership effect. So you bring one of these with your army specifically to make your whole army stronger. Take their poison off. I don't think they should be in melee. I don't mind Clackons having poison, but this unit's a really weird unit to be poisonous. But I like this unit immensely. I really like this unit having Holy bonus. I might even up their resistance a slight bit, make them a little bit harder to get rid of, so you can't just disintegrate them quite so easily with a spell. A touch of spell casting, but they're really not a warrior. They're not here to fight. They're here to support the army. I like this unit. I like the Antlions. I like the Maiden Queen. The Mantises... They're basically the same as the Halberds, but with a first strike. That's why I'm not digging them. They're practically the identical unit. They need something. I don't know what they need, but they need something to make them special. I don't know. An effect like armor piercing or something. I have no idea what they need. Okay. Oh, and of course the stat. Oh, did this thing get bigger? I'd swear this thing is bigger than it used to be. I'm certain that it didn't have that many hit points. Well, alright then. It also costs 200. I'm pretty sure it didn't cost 200 before. They've been made bigger and more expensive. Yeah, I think if the Mantis gets something... Yeah, I like the Clackons a lot. I would love to play a game as the Clackons. As these Clackons. The only thing they're missing is the Dragonfly Riders and the Bombardier Beetles. No, they have plenty. This is awesome. Moth Queens. Huh. Focus Magicum. The Clackon Magical Girl Princess. Mothman. Okay, let's try... Yeah, it doesn't matter. Whatever. Spells. Who cares? Oh, shit, yes, actually. Question. Spells. Nagas are still there. Coatl is an uncommon... Yeah, they took water elementals away. I like the Coatl. As an uncommon, its stats make a lot more sense. But I actually liked the water elementals. And they don't do the same thing. I mean, okay, yeah, the watermelon. So you're trying to take the ranged... They're taking away the summons that can do ranged attacks in common and uncommon. Must be for balance reasons. They must feel that ranged attacks are too strong for early summons. That's my best guess. I mean, yeah, they do have first strike and negate first strike. I mean, that is kind of cool, but they're like identical to the halberd or otherwise. They need something. I don't know what. Just something to spruce them up a smidge. All right, let's try. So heavy cavalry. Needs a little touch. The Clackon's awesome. I love the Antlions and the Moth Princesses. Alright, let's see if the Gnolls got anything. The Gnolls already have plenty going for them. The Gnolls have plenty going for them. But we'll see. Water Elemental is a combat summon in nature? I didn't see that. Oh, is it? In place of catapults? Please tell me in place of catapults. You know, I liked sorcerers having water elementals, but if we could get rid of the catapult, I know, I can't get over the catapults being a nature summon. To me, a catapult is such an artificial, unnatural creation. It's like, why does nature summon this? But making them summon a water elemental, boom, accomplishes the same purpose, but now it makes sense. I can totally be behind that. Alright. So, what do the gnolls look like? I'm not so intimately... Boy, I'm always getting Zaldron today. Cool. I like him. Whoa, wait, right from the beginning, we haven't even built anything! So just having a sawmill, we start the game with a sawmill. We get hunters. Okay. How is this different from a bowman? Well, let's see. We've got 1 hit point, so that's not... Oh, no! Thrown and bows. I've talked about this. The original game couldn't handle thrown weapons and bows. But, apparently... that restriction is no longer in this engine. I posited that that was possible. So here we have bowmen with a thrown weapon. Pathfinding, that's what makes them special. They have pathfinding. Do all gnolls move 3? Okay. So gnoll bowmen are pretty good. Pretty good unit. Alright. Market leads to magic market now. Okay. Witch doctors. Well, I'll definitely take a look at that. Wolf riders, jackal, something called marauders. Something called marauders. You don't need a war college in there. Yeah, I can... Alright. What is this? Get out of here. Yeah, we can flee from turn 1. Great. Really, Phantom Warriors? I think that's a good choice. Did we start the game with 2 spearmen? And no swordsman? Oh no, what is this? I don't want to fight all this crap. We can look ahead and see this. Illusion immunity and poison immunity. Yeah, alright, we'll have to wait till we actually get them to get a good look. Well, this is gonna be all kinds of annoying. I'll just summon a bar. Crap. Are we actually gonna lose to freaking skeletons? What the hell is going on with all these skeletons? Yeah, their illusion immunity is a bit of a problem, isn't it? We just need the lightning to do as much work as possible. At least we're gnolls, and gnolls are freaking tough. I say, as they die. Hurry up with the bear. Hurry up with the bear. We need a guard bear. wasn't expecting fights. Alright, go, go, go. There we go, now we're safe. Yeah, seriously. What the hell? Go away. What, you only got one bite? Why'd the bear not get a second bite? Oh well, who cares? The skeletons are done. As you were, game. Tree of Knowledge. That was quick. You just about done over here? Not as fast construction as the Clacons could. Okay, there we go. Everything's built. So, witch doctors, wolf riders. Yeah, I can kind of see them using poison. Okay. They look like they're halberdiers. Probably change the weapon in their hand. I don't think you could ever sprite a tiny skull or something, but I don't know. A little bit of a different shape on the end of their thing, so it looks more like a staff than a axe or halberd. So anyway, it's basically a shaman. Their shamans get illusion immunity and poison immunity, so poison immunity is not a big deal, but the illusions, screw, gnolls are all like, screw those sorcerers! I'm not entirely sure how I feel about giving them illusion immunity. So many immunities have ended up on so many units. I have a great deal of... I have a lot of trouble remembering what's immune to what sometimes. So, I dislike seeing immunities thrown around. Unless the unit just automatically, like, a paladin sees through illusions. Okay, I guess I can see that. A golem, undead, things like that. The witch doctor, I'm not sure. Anyway, it's interesting. Marauders! It's a large shield first striker. First strike? With a sword? Okay. So, the hit point... I think the biggest thing about them is the fact that they have a hit point. It's a 6-figure unit, so it's a good target for buff spells. It's more durable. Seems good. Alright. I did? Does the Tree of Knowledge do nothing for a gnoll? And the Jackal Rider being part of a war college, now that's different. The war college never provided units. I don't care about you. Go away. Alright then, well, add in the Jackal Rider. So they can get everything without even having the Tree of Knowledge. And the Jackal Rider has 4 hit points, so instantly obsolete, and it's got pathfinding. I like the Bowman a lot. I kind of like the gnolls being a non-magical race. I'd almost take this away from them. The ranged attack. And make it poisoned arrows. Can you apply poison to a... I think you apply poison to your ranged attacks, yeah. So I'd almost give them just poisoned arrows. But they can keep Purify. That's fine. I think every race should be able to build a road, and I think every race should have Purify. I've ranted sometimes about races not being able to invent a road. It's like, no, you can make a road. The only race that won't be interested in roads is Draconians, because they can straight up fly. Everybody else, even the barbarians, are going to know how to make a dirt path. Come on now. So, and every race needs Purify because corruption exists, and it's just, you need Purify. It's mandatory. Since it's not an arcane spell. Rich Doctor has 2 charges of weakness. Does it? I didn't see that. Yeah, it doesn't say that. It should say that on the unit. Ah, okay. Spriting is hard. Hello there, nerd. Yeah, I would write the weakness on the thing. I like that a lot, actually. Yeah, weakness is great. Steal this, replace this with something else. The weakness is excellent. I like that a lot. This is a good unit if you just... I would keep the... I think casting weakness fits them, even though I said I like them being non-magical. I can totally see them with like a voodoo doll or something. Well, thank you. Every race should be able to make a road. It drives me crazy that they can't. And you can make a completely unexpected unit make roads. You don't have to have a dedicated engineer. I think in the original Civ, didn't Roman legions have the ability to build roads? Like, you can drop road building on something unexpected. I wouldn't even mind if there was an arcane spell that just summoned something that made roads. Like, I wouldn't care. But like, okay. Summon the road gnomes. Whatever. just it drives me crazy, the idea of a species that can't figure out how to make a path. A path. Oh, here we go. That'll help if we get attacked again. Alright, next up... Julia. Ah, I see. Okay. So that'll be visible later. Oh, let's check out halflings. I mean, halflings don't need anything. Actually, halflings aren't nearly the force that they were in the original game. Yeah, we're always getting 2 spearmen. Alright. I think did we start with an extra citizen? That must be my imagination. Alright. Anyway. Alright, let's let a few turns pass. As has been our strategy thus far. Okay. So... increasing our food production doesn't make the halflings present anything to us. What? Oh, shit. Monastery. New building. What is this? This looks like the looks like the Parthenon. Is this just the Parthenon? It's just the Parthenon. Okay. I mean, I guess the Parthenon is a very specific building. Shaman still have those. Scouts. Did I see the possibility of a fantastic stable in our future? Scouts. What are the requirements on the Scouts? Just a stable? So if you just built a stable, you would have Scouts. Halflings never had a cavalry unit. Oh my gosh, they're riding dogs. It's war dogs. They have one attack. Ha! Stealth. They really are just scouts. They have first strike. Well, I mean, I guess all cavalry get first strike. Sure, why not? And they're lucky because, I mean, halflings are just lucky. Anyway, scouting 3, stealth. No pathfinding, but still, 5 moves. 5 moves. Those are some fast-running dogs. Okay. I like this unit quite a bit, actually. I don't know why they cost 90, though. That's a lot to spend on your scouts. But you could get them very early on. You could... Oh, and stealth lets them go into all of these ruins and see what units are in it. Because you'll probably have a couple of magic spirits. But you can still use them if you're not in nature. That would help the treasure hunting build a lot to escape from having to have earth lore. I mean, earth lore would still be good, but... Ah, idling to rule the gods. Yeah. I am... Let me check. It has been 267 days, 21 hours, 37 minutes since the last time I did anything with it. When we reach 365 days, I'm going to do a live stream. And we'll see what a year has done. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Yes. Now we're researching. Oh. Alright, let's see. They can make warships now. I have a hard time imagining a halfling warship. The Alchemist's Guild leads to the university. Disciples? What is this? We have something like apprentices now, do we? Ah, is this your first time seeing Master of Magic? Well, in this case, it's a mod of Master of Magic. Master of Magic is a great game. Fine, I'll take your crap. I don't care. I'm just playing around looking at what's been added to the game through a mod. Alright. Wow, Greyfarer's offering himself up. Are there new heroes, I wonder? Alright, let's see what we got. Disciples. They're basically apprentice wizards then. Okay. But you get them out of the Sages Guild, huh? Takes a little bit to build a Sages Guild. They have one more defense than a slinger. And one more attack power than a shaman. I should be rating them against the shaman. They lose a resistance, get a point of attack, and they're a caster. I kind of think the shaman are better than them. And easier to make. I noticed there's been a lot of changes in movement. Shaman having 3 movement is a big deal. They can more easily kite units like that. Exist to conquer lands and steal their food. I have not tried the Disciple series, no. Well, thank you. Thank you, Julia. Alright, let's see. Tree of Knowledge. Okay. What does this lead? Magisters instead of magicians. Rocks? Oh, really? Alright, let's see them big birds. Missile immunity? I don't know about that. I feel almost like almost like a rock should be a single figure, because rocks are supposed to be bigger than dragons and eat dragons. Yep, those sure are magicians. Anyway, this gives them a lot more viability in the late game. Having a 6? Oh, wow. That's a really high cost, but 6? Doom Bats were the only unit in the game to have 6. They can move across the screen and hit you in a single turn. That's a big, big deal. Their stats are quite high. Perhaps not as game-breaking as the wasps look like, but are they eating 2 food? Have we seen anything in the game that eats 2 food? Most expensive unit in the game. Not as big an upkeep cost as a paladin, though. I think. Huh. When you can move 6, do you even need missile immunity? I guess the idea is they're flying so high in the air that arrows can't reach them. I need to see Doom Drakes to rate them against a Doom Drake. Let's look at the next one. So halflings have retained everything they have, plus rocks and scouts. Sounds like it'd be kind of interesting to play them. Do the High Elves get anything? High Elves. Oh, what are we doing? Forgetting things. Forgetting the basics. Ah. So does that include stag beetles? No, stag beetles don't need a fantastic stable. I don't think we've seen a fantastic stable do anything yet. One advantage of starting with the water wheel is that the high elves can immediately produce one of their... Oh! Heavy cavalry show up under elves? I have a hard time imagining elves as heavy cavalry. It's easier to imagine them as a really terrible light cavalry that's always sneaking out of your range and peppering you with arrows. Ah! I was just playing Age of Wonders earlier. Lost this stream twice already. That's unfortunate. Barracks for halberds. Huh. Some things have definitely been shuffled around. Merchants Guild is now back behind that, huh? Disciples again. I guess a bunch of the races are getting that. I was at war? Oh, sorry, I didn't even notice. This is like Civilization. As I said, I'm just looking at what's in it, what's in this mod of it. Purchase. Druids. I haven't seen the Druids yet. You'd think the Animus Guild would lead to that. Well, the Heavy Cavalry is identical to the Barbarian. Well, we'll see. Do hurry up and make all the things. Okay. So, shield bearers. The barbarians had a unit like this. Or was it the gnolls? Somebody had a unit exactly like this. 2 shields. The halberds already have 2 hearts. They move slightly faster. I don't know about this unit. Maybe make them into spell blades or something? They're just, I keep comparing it back and forth between the halberd and the shield bearer. And it's like, yeah, they have a shield. But is a shield really worth a 50% cost increase? Okay, they move a point faster. That's good. Better at closing the gap, but... Disciples... Did the longbowmen get an extra point of attack? Looks like they did. And longbowmen was scary already. Yeah, the barbarian version had a throwing weapon. The cavalry, the heavy cavalry are not easier to justify as a different unit. Like the shield bearer is redundant right now. Gonna have to do something with it to make it different. Because I mean, if you want something with more movement, you can make the heavy cavalry. I just don't see the shield bearers really justifying his existence right now. I mean, I like the shield, but gonna have to give him something to set him apart. At least the Crusaders for the High Men could cast healing. Maybe if the shield bearer could cast a nature spell. I mean, again, with the Spellblade thing, but, you know, something. Okay, Druids are wizards, I see. Everything else is as normal. Oh no, not a plague. Whatever would I do? Okay, so purchase, and let's have a look at the Druid. That's a lot of spell power. I need to compare them with High Men, but I think that it looks I think that's. It looks like they have more attack, but I always thought it was weird that High Men had the best magician, because I always thought High Elves, with their really long lifespan, should have a really awesome, like, Arc Wizard. Purify. Everybody needs a Purifier. Healer. That's a magician that's also a healer. Okay. Alright, sure. Sure. But yeah, a little sprinkling of a couple of nature spells, even if they're just basic nature spells. Just a couple commons mixed in. Shield Bearers, the Fighters Guild tier swordsmen. Yeah, but again, you get the halberds at around the same time, right? More or less? I don't know. I like the Druid. And it looked to me like the Longbowman had an extra point of attack power, but I might just be crazy and misremembering things. There's no way that High Men got another unit. High Men are swimming in unique units these days. There's no way they got something else on top of Knights and Crusaders and everything. Let's go to the Lizards! I'm a big fan of the Lizard Men. What did we get here? Alright. Maybe all bowmen have 4 now. Maybe I'm just crazy, but I remember them having 3. What is this? They have a cavalry unit now. They also have shield bearers. Alright. I'll look at some reptile riders. My gosh, that's a really awesome sprite. Maybe a little bit of an anteater with the snoot, but yeah, that's awesome. Okay, it looks like it's just a cavalry. Oh no, they can't go through the water. Huh. Reptile riders, huh? Huh. I mean, it would be completely game-breaking, but I'd love to see them with a lizardy ability, like regeneration or something. But I get it. They're just a different flavor of cavalry. That's fine. Somebody attacks my city now. Okay. The sprite work is excellent. Okay. Just shield bearers. Now this shield bearer has 3 hit points, since it's lizard men. You can post a link to it on Discord, sure. Yeah, I don't mind if you post stuff, links to things on Discord, generally. I mean, I'm sure someday if I have spam issues, I'll feel different, but at these days, I'm perfectly fine with it. Oh, yeah, once again, boy, we get Zaldra on every game. Crazy. No, my diamond! You fiend! Did the diamond just disappear? We closed the diamond mine. That's not some added effect of corruption, is it? That was just a random event, yes? Alright, let's see. Uh-oh. We might have to try the lizardmen again. Drat. No, we can do this. I can win this fight. No, I can't. I have 2 spearmen. And a dispelling wave. Ooh. Yeah, this is a loss. Whoops! Man, I know the lizardmen have an extra hit point, but wow. Should I be buffing this guy? I was gonna make Phantom Warriors, but... My goodness. Since when do spearmen win fights? Sadly, negate first strike will not stop fire breath. No, only Kenshiro can reverse flaming breath back into somebody's body. I have Guardian and that one spell. Man, they move so quickly. Wow. You have flaming breath. That should be at least hurting me. Holy shit. Lizardmen aren't that good. Okay, I'm just gonna put one of our great javelins. They now have throwing. Let me see. There. I'll make a couple quick units. I guess it won't make up for a lost hero, but hey. Alright. Attack me again. Oh, shit, you need this. Alright. Lizardmen are bad at research, it turns out. And a javelin for good measure. We'll heroism them. We won't be easily destroyed by freaking hellhounds now. Alright. Sure. Now we know Greyfarer must be an elf. Otherwise, he couldn't be a druid. The Reptile Rider is a cavalry unit. that weirdly cannot cross water. I guess the reptiles don't know how to swim. Okay. Now let's see what their ultimate units are. What do they have that is beyond the javelins? No, they still have a ranged attack. They had both. Yeah. Spear only run. It'll never work. But yeah, no, the Javelineers have a ranged attack and a thrown weapon. It's crazy. Although the Bowmen have just as many... the Bowmen are literally equally good at ranged attacks as the Javelins now. I've said this before, but I've always felt like Javelineers should have the opposite of long range. Just as their thing. The further you are away, the less effective they are. Oh, I already cast it? Okay, let's have a look. Alright. Sea Hags! And the good old Dragon Turtle. So... Alright, one sec. Yeah, you're a big jerk. You're corrupting all my tiles. I get it. Just make it so. Okay. They now eat twice as much, but oh my gosh, yeah, they've been made way bulkier. This is a tank now. Look at all this. I have no idea what the balance of this is in battle. It's faster moving as well. I wish you could have separate movement speeds in and out of water. They should be slow on land, fast in the water, in my opinion. Alright, Sea Hags. No ranged spell. Poison. First strike? First strike? I like the fear on them. They're a caster. They're a scary caster that comes out of the water and hits you with their swords. I almost feel like instead of caster, they should just be given a specific spell that they use. But, very cool. Huh. Oh, I didn't notice the Marines here. I didn't notice the Marine Corps. So, these are basically like the Mantises, huh? Where they've got the first strike and the negate first strike. Once again, I find myself asking why the shield bearer exists. The Marines are cheaper to make. And then they get to do this first strike thing. But even the Marines, it's like, wouldn't I rather have a javelin? Yeah, shield bearers need to get something special. Because this is only 3 points of defense against ranged attacks. I mean, it's good, but... Oh, Sea Hags can cast Confusion. Okay. Okay. Confusion. Okay, yeah, I like the Sea Hags now. Wait, does Confusion still kill people? I hate that Confusion is a death spell. I like it. I like Confusion causing enemies to fight each other on the battlefield. I don't like ending the battle knowing that they'll be just randomly murdered because they were confused. Like, there is no combat spell that lasts when battle is over. All spells stop working when the battle is over, except randomly Confusion kills the unit and steals their artifacts. Ridiculous. Alright. The Nomads. Now, this is one of the most interesting things, where he gave all their low-level units bows. I don't know, I've never been a huge fan of the Nomads myself. But having all of their units be archers was an interesting decision. Alright. But losing the granary always just hurts. Ah, looks like we might have a new type of cavalry. Several types of cavalry. Alright. Monks. Looks like these guys might have gotten a huge overhaul. Oh. I keep my schedule posted on Discord, but I will not be streaming again until January. Today is the last day. You caught my last stream of the year. Alright, let's have a look. So far we have Crossbowmen. I don't think they need Throne. I don't think they need Throne. Anyway, let's see. Alright. Oops. Sure, whatever. If we get attacked, you'll defend us. I'll have to take a look at it. Oh, let's see. Alright. Armor piercing? Wait a minute, they have armor piercing. That's a powerful ability. And they have a bow. There is no unit in the game with armor piercing arrows. 6 figures. I could buff this. Their ranged attack is really weak, but with Flame Blade and Adamant, the fact that it's armor piercing, even though they have so few arrows, you might be able to use this. I'm not sure what this final... I know the attack and defense, but what's this? That's Throne! Throne! Okay, I see. Anyway, I don't think they need a thrown weapon, personally. But armor-piercing arrows? Why? I don't know why these halberders have armor-piercing arrows, but I'll definitely use them. Alright. I could really see myself building around that. I definitely want to try it. At least. Alright. Same skill with the bow, but all of a sudden these are warriors now. These are guys who can actually get into a fight. Oh, hey, look! Their shield bearers have arrows. You know, if it wasn't for these guys, I would say these would be the definitive archer we've seen so far. 6 figures with 3 bows. But now they have to compete with these. And although they look better in every single way, these guys have armor piercing. It's like, what do you got? A shield. These guys will ignore your shield. Well, half of your shield. Anyway. Alright, let's get a look at our monks. Alright, let's have a look. Monks! They have the healing spell. Priests. They have the healing spell and resistance to all. Monks are basically priest light, huh? Okay. If you just want a medic. And the priest is if you want to resist all and just be extra good. But the monk will get you by on your healing just fine. Okay. Alright. Let's get that spell already. Go, 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 go! We're losing way too much money. There. Problem maybe solved. Okay. Alright, let's take a look at their finale. Magisters. And presumably an ultimate horse archer. Hold on. Oh, the priest has 2 charges of healing. Oh, well shit, I'll make nothing but priests then in that case. That's, I wonder why the Nomads get a double dose of healing. That's a lot of healing. You survived my lightning. There we go. Financial crisis solved. Ah, what am I doing? There. That'll shut the research down. Okay. Am I missing anything? I suppose we could always add the griffins just for context. Okay, let's have a look. So, disciples show up again. Whenever we find somebody who doesn't know how to shoot a bow, just can't learn, well, they have to learn to throw something at the enemy. Alright, here it is. This is the strongest cavalry yet. That's a hell of a bow skill there. I mean, a paladin is still going to be the strongest cavalry, but these aren't far behind. But this random unit has armor piercing. I mean, armor piercing. That's ridiculous. I'm going to use that. I'm going to shoot arrows that armor pierce. Why does nobody else get that? Griffins now eat 2 food, and... well, there are no rocks. Yeah, a single hero, that's right. I like this. I like it, but it's got good resistance as well. I still don't know why they have a thrown weapon. I kind of want to give the Nomads a try now. Yeah. I just don't know why they have the throwing in. I don't think they need it. I can't get over the armor piercing. If I could get just somebody with more bows with armor piercing, I would break the game. I would be like, yes, let me stack all the things on the armor piercing. The armor piercing has always been limited to melee range. So it's such a big deal. And just this random guy with a halberd's like, I can shoot through full plate mail? Alright. Orcs. Alright, orcs have the horde. But what do the pigmen have now? Let this population build up a little. Alright. Legionaries and... oh, they're the Romans now. Crossbows. For the first time ever. Heavy cavalry, I see. Wait, the library leads to crossbowmen? Now that makes my head hurt. I guess it's a technological advance, so we can sort of justify that? Kinda? Alright. Let's just get the infrastructure. I'm trying to avoid the big negative cash flows this time. Ooh, crossbowmen have armor piercing. Now that I can believe. The ballistas also. Do the high men have crossbowmen? I didn't see crossbowmen anywhere else. Which races get crossbows? Definitely build around that. Hoplites. Boy, we're aggrandizing the power of the hoplite quite a bit, aren't we? Alright. Greeks being Greek gives you an extra hit point. How nice. Highmen, beastmen, and orcs only. Crossbows are interesting. So there are different kinds of crossbows. A bunch of different kinds. So the big advantages of the crossbow are not what people think they are. In terms of armor piercing, in reality, crossbows are not as good at piercing armor as people think they are. That wasn't actually the advantage of them. So crossbows had several weird advantages that video games can't easily replicate.
So the first big advantage of the crossbow, obviously it requires a vastly smaller amount of training. A bow requires, there was a saying, if you want to train a great archer, start with his grandfather. Archery requires not only accuracy, but an incredible amount of muscle in your back. It takes years to build the muscles to draw back a heavy draw bow. And a heavy draw bow will have as much, if not more, armor-piercing capacity than a crossbow will. A real heavy draw bow is a hell of a weapon, but it requires years and years, like a lifetime of training to be really effective, because you have to have great strength and accuracy. But there's a huge problem that people don't think about with bows, because movies portray them all wrong. How many times in a movie have you seen somebody pull back on a bow and hold it? Yeah, you don't do that. You don't do that. If you have a very light bow, you can do that, which the actors are all holding props. They can hold it all day. But a real bow that's using your... Oh, God! And then you're going to hold that? No, you're not going to hold that. The crossbow, on the other hand, you can load that thing and you can have it ready to fire all day. You just sit there, ready to snipe somebody. Somebody pokes their head up over a wall or is seen through one of those little slits in the castle. Phook, he's dead. Yeah, instantly fire it. Load another one and you can just sit there for hours waiting to snipe somebody again. Crossbows have all kinds of weird advantages like that. I'm not going to talk about repeating crossbows, but I should mention the Arbalist, which I have not, until Darkest Dungeon, nobody mentioned the Arbalist since Darklands, which, well, Master of Magic is about the same era as Darklands. We're talking old game. But the Arbalist is basically the really big crossbow. The gigantic crossbow that you can carry and fire. And reloading them is a hell of a thing. I've always wanted an Arbalist in XCOM. I know. But, I mean, I've played mods that had other weapons like crossbows and things. I'm like, no. The Arbalist. You spend an entire turn loading it before you can fire it again. But it'll hit just... Anyway, the longbow, and well, all bows, all recurve bows, all of them, because you can fire up at angles, the crossbow, you're usually firing straight. That's why it seems like it has a lot less range. Also, the bolts tend to be shorter, and they might not even be feathered if you're using a crossbow. Anyway, but, theoretically, you could make crossbows that had the same range as longbows. But you'd have to be willing to fire in an arc. And again, an archer requires a great deal of skill, and so they can hit targets firing at an arc. Although usually they used volley tactics into hordes of, anyway, on the battlefield it's different, but a crossbow requires very little training and it tends to shoot in a straight line. So, that's the whole crossbow versus regular bow thing. And video games can't really portray the actual strengths of the crossbow, so they usually go with, it hits harder and takes longer to, gets less shots off or something. Or pierces armor. Anyway. Greco-Roman themed orcs. No, I've never seen it either. It's interesting. Range and precision, and the fact that you penetrate shields. Penetrating shields! Well, now that's another discussion. Let's not have that discussion right now. Let's leave it at, it depends on what your shield is made out of. Shields were really the answer to arrows, generally. Armor was the problem. Arrows could often pierce armor, but shields would often stop arrows. And then they started developing javelins that would stick into your shield and bend, and you couldn't get it back out on the battlefield, and so now your shield has this big heavy thing stuck to it. Like, there was actually a type of javelin designed to disable shields. Oh, is it? Oh, I wish somebody would have mentioned that sooner. Alright, hold on. I can fix that. How's that? Yep, if you want to trade a bowman, start with your grandfather. I want to play a lot of the Fire Emblems. They are interesting. Okay, let me see. Back to exploring. It's weird. The Alchemist's Guild leads to banking now. There's a great many strange paths in the tech tree. I don't know what leads to what anymore. But I'm sure in time I can figure this all out. Alright, let's build all the things and take a look at what orcs... Alright, fine. You're an orc, we're orcs. Fine, I'll let you join the gang. You're in the club. Oh, Rangers have stealth now. We didn't notice this. I think that the AI sees all of your invisible units anyway, so I don't know how good stealth actually is. They have long range, that's new. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope not too much of it got cut off. Well, you see, yeah. Plate mail is not as common as people think it is. Even people who could afford plate mail often didn't. They instead went with other types of armors. Things like Brigandine. Plate mail Plate mail has gotten this epic reputation that's not entirely deserved. I mean, it's still plate mail. It's still good, but wasn't as common. Wasn't as common as people might think. Oh, you can walk through their stupid pact range. Oh, the ranger is high elven. Oh. Okay. Alright, well now the high elves have another archer unit. So it's a lot. So because they're high elves, they have longbows. Yes, okay, I get it. Are we just always able to run away without losing men? Is that just a thing now? Alright, let's see what we got. Crossbowmen. Are those shields? Large shield. Yep. Armor piercing. Long range? Sure, why not, I guess. Only 4 figures. Oh, only 4. My buffs aren't going to be able to stack quite as well as they can on longbowmen, but armor piercing. The Nomad unit only had 2, but they had 6 figures, so the buffs probably better. Probably best to go with the crossbows over the Nomad unit. Heavy cavalry. Feels like this is a very unarmored heavy cavalry. Somehow this has ended up in between the ballista and the catapult. Catapult and ballista should be at the bottom. I'm not going to get particular about the order of things. Crossbowmen are the most exciting unit I see here. Oh, easy mode. Oh, I see. I didn't know that. Ah. Well, muskets were not armor-piercing. Do you know where the word bulletproof comes from? Because they would show a dent in the armor where they'd shoot the armor with a gun and show a dent. The armor stopped the bullet. This is the bulletproof. Guns, black powder guns, could not penetrate plate mail. However, your cloth armor, your leather armor, your almost most of the armors that weren't metal, the bullets, nope. Actually, early guns weren't really better than bows. Not the early ones. Took a long time, but the shock. The fact that you have a whole bunch of people, the sound of thunder when they all fire at once, and a whole bunch of people just fall over dead all at once, the psychological impact cannot be understated on a battlefield. Bows were probably a better weapon for a long time, but my gosh, guns were terrifying. And if you break your enemy's morale and they run away, that's your win. You won the battle. Doesn't matter. You don't have to kill the enemy to win the battle. You have to break the enemy to win the battle. So, believe it or not, the reason that semi-automatic weapons were invented, the 3-round burst guns were invented to kill people wearing full plate mail. Because they were still wearing armor to the battlefields. And the bullets would not consistently get through them even all the way up to then. It's like, yeah. Bullets do not pierce metal. Okay. Bullets do not pierce things as well as people think. Bullets are good enough to pierce your soft flesh, which is a very soft substance, and give you a fatal injury. They were not at all armor-piercing. In fact, even to this day, there are modern guns that are issued that the bullets will bounce off of car windshields and things, because it's only got to be good enough to kill a person. You're not trying to kill a car with a bullet, so why should we bother making them large enough to, no. So, yeah. That's still to this day. Now, of course, there are, when you get to really the 1800s, where guns really became awesome. Like, in the 1800s, that's when all of the great innovations happened that made guns ridiculous and pretty much obsoleted everything. Like, everything that had come before guns pretty much became obsolete in the 1800s. Which isn't to say that a knife is any less deadly today than it was 1,000 years ago, but, we don't bring a whole bunch of knives and nothing else to a battlefield for obvious reasons. They're obsolete compared to a gun. The hand cannon. Volley guns. Volley guns are fascinating. You can have a gun that has like 9 barrels that shoot at the same time. There's no end of weird ass guns. I love the 1800s. I could talk all day about all kinds of weird shit that was invented at the time, and failures. Weapons that did not work. Sharpsburg bullets. Sharpsburg bullets were bullets that were designed to split into multiple bullets. The idea was, we'll have a whole bunch of soldiers fire a volley, and it'll kill a ton of enemies. Even though it has no accuracy to speak of, it'll just kill a ton of enemies because there'll be 3 times as many bullets in the air. The soldiers could not handle using these weapons on a battlefield. You mean I have a bullet and I try to shoot some guy and I don't hit him because it has no accuracy? And so they would just people metal detecting and stuff like that would find all these like abandoned crates of the bullets because the soldiers were not willing to use those. No. Will absolutely not trust my life to an unreliable weapon. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing what's going to happen with the dwarves when we get to the dwarves. Alright, did I forget anything? I don't think I forgot anything. Okay, good. So far, I'm most excited about the crossbow. Well, if you want a bullet that'll kill a car, you want a shotgun. They have a specific round that's, if I remember right, because it was back in high school when I looked into this stuff. I was writing something at the time. There's a shotgun round that's basically a bunch of steel. I think it's sharp. I think they have sharp edges and they're steel. And you fire that into an engine, and it's going to rip and tear and destroy. We don't normally use steel bullets, projectiles, because you'll damage the barrel of your gun, potentially. We like to use generally softer materials than that. But it exists. I mean, a lot of things exist. You can get shotgun rounds called Dragon's Breath that are just like a burst of fire that come out the end of your shotgun. Is it practical? No. Is it cool? Yes. So people buy it. Because of course they do. Or if you ever want to just type the word tacticool into Google someday and just see the weird shit that the result will bring you. It'll bring up all kinds of horrifically impractical things. Some of which look stupid, many of which look awesome, and you wish that they were practical. Oh, right, I have to cast the spell. It's not enough to research it. Well, I mean, you could always just get a 50 cal sniper rifle. That will end. Like, if you have some precision, that's a gun designed to shoot tanks. If it can kill a tank, I'm sure it can kill a car. Magisters again. I wonder. Alright. Legions are now legionaries. Magisters. So it looks like the only thing orcs get is, crossbows. Crossbows are a hell of a thing to get, though. I'm serious about the idea of putting Flame Blade and Adamant on that. That's pretty ridiculous. Alright, let's see. I see you gave them their javelin to throw. Healer. Oh, you gave them some medical knowledge. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I mean, I kind of like that. Ah, they have the same punch as the High Elven version. I felt like the High Elvens... I feel like Elves should be a little bit more magical than everyone else, but, you know, that's fine. Orcs in particular, I think of them as being more of a brutal warrior race. I always thought it was strange that they were the only race that could build everything other than beastmen. I wish the shield bearer could protect units around it. If the large shield applied as an adjacency bonus to other units, I would love this unit. If it could protect one other unit directly behind it or something, I would maybe have use for it. I wish it could just provide the shield bonus to a second unit. Maybe that could be done as a spell? Create a spell that's just +3 against ranged attacks and let them cast it once per battle as a combat buff that only they get. I mean, it would make more sense that they'd have to be adjacent to, but the game engine doesn't really do things like that. But if you made it a spell, the game engine could handle it. That would be about right. If the shield bearers could cast large shield onto another unit, I would see their purpose. I would like them. The Orc Hoplites? Oh shit, they were this. They were basically the halberds. They were basically the halberds, but they have a large shield. That's essentially what's going on there. They also have the heavy cavalry. Let's see. High Elf Druid gets the +10% to hit. True. Did you say that they cast a... Did you say that the Druid had a spell that it could cast too? I forget. Yeah, the 50 caliber sniper rifle can shoot through concrete. The 50 caliber sniper rifle is not impractical. That's an actual weapon of war there. Because snipers don't need to pick up their gun and run around with it, so they can have a big heavy gun, and then they can just camp. Alright. We are to... Oh. The Mirren Plain. We have 4 left. I'm going to start with the Dwarves. I've been looking forward to seeing this the whole time. Because these guys are supposedly a gunpowder race now. I see they still have no spears. No dwarf would so sully himself as to use a polearm. That dwarven pride. Alright. So, first thing we're gonna do is pass a bunch of turns. Crusader has 1 holy armor charge. Druid does. Give the Druid a special charge. Paladins are awesome. They do not need anything else. Paladins are the best unit in the game already. They don't need a blessed charge. But Crusaders, I like them having holy armor. Makes a little more sense than healing. And we already have priests for healing. So Crusaders having holy armor, that's cool. But yeah, Paladins, they have a holy bonus. I mean, if they wanted to be providing, you know, I don't think they need bless. But yeah, Druids, oh, I don't know. Pick a common nature spell for them. Resist elements if nothing else. At least resist elements. At least. Suppanut, what did you do to Highmen? Did you do anything to them? Did the humans get even more units? We might check that. If he says that they got something, we'll check them. I think he said... I asked about crossbows earlier. I don't see it. I don't remember if he said high men get crossbows or not. Oh, sure. Welcome, Zaldi. Alright. Hammer hands, still around. Crossbowmen. Thought I heard that they were a gunpowder race. Oh, there we go. So we've got some muskets, do we? High men have even more units. Ah. Alright. Somehow I don't have the ability to make anything other than the crossbowmen, despite all the buildings I've built. I need the Alchemist Guild. I need the University. Alright. This should lead to some interesting stuff. Looks like they have to build a lot of things to get their guns. Alright. Here we go. I could have crossbowmen, or I could have a gunpowder unit that's not capable of shooting. But there is the fear, so it's just thrown 5. That's how it works, huh? I mean, they got fear. I don't know, man. I'd rather shoot across the battlefield. These guys have to walk up and melee you. Not enthused. Alright. Let's see them musketeers. Makes a kind of sense. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh well. We have a dervish. We won't run out of money. Okay, now we have musketeers. But why not just use a crossbow? Okay, we have 2 extra figures. We have 2 extra figures, but they cost twice as much to make and to maintain. So basically, I could have 2 crossbowmen, or I could have 1 musket. And the 2 crossbowmen are going to kill the musket. In fact, the crossbowmen have shields to protect them from the muskets and their armor piercing. So, and at a movement speed of 2? I'm afraid these musketmen are never going to be able to beat a unit of crossbowmen. Do a test. Do some tests between the 2. They only have 4 ammo! I can make crossbowmen right at the beginning with almost no buildings. The muskets require a lot of buildings. The muskets better be a stronger unit than the crossbowmen. You need to test this. You need to test this. I could be completely crazy, but to me, these numbers, I'm convinced that the crossbowmen will eat the musketmen alive. The crossbowmen have long range. The muskets do not have long range. The crossbowmen take a step back, fire. Take a step back, fire. Meanwhile, the musketeers take a step forward, fire. Take a step forward, fire. But they don't have long range. So their bullets are doing almost nothing to the guy with the shield. I don't see this at all. The problem is these are effectively melee units that have an incredibly slow movement speed and no defensive ability. They're never going to reach the target. If the target has ranged attacks, they will lose every time. Hey, Sylph! Alright, let's see what other kinds of guns we can get, because this isn't the end of things yet. So, of course, we've got the steam cannon. I've never really understood why dwarves have a catapult when they've already got a steam cannon. I'm also not entirely sure why it's immune to poison. I mean, there's a crew standing behind it that you're trying to poison. And if you are trying to poison the barrel itself, well, I mean, the catapult is also immune to poison then, right? If the catapult isn't immune to poison, I've never understood why a steam cannon would be. The fear only matters if you're in melee. The fear does not come into play until you're in melee with the unit. So, yeah. Alright. But as I said, we're not at the end of things yet. Let's get ourselves... Does it? Hold on. Does it now? Oh, you made it a cannonball. Okay. You treated it as if they're a cannon. Okay. Well, that is one significant advantage. You can shoot magicians and Guardian Wind doesn't stop you. I still say run some tests between the Crossbowmen and the Musketeers. I'm afraid that the Crossbowmen are going to eat the Musketeers 100% of the time. Oh, yeah, no, I told you guys straight up, this is still in development. Like, first thing, when the bees ate the golem, when the wasps didn't have poison attack and proceeded to kill, no, it wasn't a golem. The wasp killed a gargoyle, that's what it was. I said, the mod is still in development, so we can expect there's going to need to be some fixes. Nevertheless, I'm exploring and giving my thoughts. I mean, why else would I could just set this aside and not look at it for 6 months. I actually do that a lot with mods and things I'm tracking. Sometimes I never get around to them, though. Okay, let's have a look. What is our ultimate units? Are we gonna get a golem armed with cannons? Okay, let's see. Well, I'm talking unbuffed. Obviously, a 6-figure unit's gonna respond well to buffs. But, I mean, armor piercing and a large shield and long range? This is like the ultimate ranged unit right here. I mean, that's a hell of a combination. I did? I cast Tree of Knowledge already? Okay. Alright. Shame dwarves never figured out how to tame a fantastic creature to ride. What is this? It's got armor piercing. It's better than a hammer hand. Hammer hands were already the most ridiculous melee unit. So basically, this is more armored, more aggressive. Look at the resistance score on it. Yeah, no, now this is a melee unit. Wow. And there's the Golem, good old Golem. That eats food. We'll never figure out why, but they always have. Huh, the dwarves gave up on guns? No, they didn't. There it is. Steam tank! Fire breath. Somebody mounted flamethrowers on this. I like the sprite. I'd love to see the flamethrower on it. Or maybe that's steam. Oh, it's steam coming out to blast you. Missile immunity because it's got a thing on it. Lightning resistance. Large shield. Large shield on top of missile immunity. Shame it has so few things. The average catapult carries more ammo. Still. Alright then. Huh. So their end game is steam tanks and golems. And things that will just rip you apart. Huh. And they just kind of give up on handguns. Nah, it's fine. They have a hell of an end game. A hell of an end game. Yeah, these with armor piercing and then a large shield to help them close the gap. Yeah. Yeah, double check the muskets. Otherwise, yeah, dwarves do not disappoint. In fact, I would say they look like the strongest. Alright, I'll take a quick look at the highmen. I'll do it. I'll do it. Alright there. What do you guys do? What has been changed? Huh, we started with a volcano. Well, that'll keep us warm at night. I don't know. We now see fire breath and a ranged attack at the same time, so I don't know how it's going to interact with focused magic. Maybe. As I said, you could get crossbowmen almost immediately. I was able to make crossbowmen. The musketeers were way up the tech tree, and they were expensive. They would take a lot of time to make, and I'm looking at it and going, I think one-on-one the crossbowman beats the musket every time. And it would be kind of like watching a swordsman kill a halberdman every time, and you'd be like, but it has negate first strike. That's not gonna make up the difference. It's the crossbowmen are should be a lower tier unit than the muskets, if that makes any sense. Crusaders now up at the Armorer Guild. Oh, really? Squire. Halberds moved to barracks. Some of the wizards have new names. Yeah, I was wondering about that. First thing I commented on. Are you planning on changing some of their portraits? Changing out the art? Sure. Should have somebody guarding the place. Okay. So, pikemen. Pikemen were always better than halberds. Not that they saw much play anyway. Magic being what it is. I don't see the squires. I know you're here somewhere, squire. We got the monks. Where is this squire? There it is, squires and crossbowmen. Giving the highmen crossbowmen on top of having the best magician, the 6-figure magician, and having the paladin. Highmen continue to seem like very dominant power. Just build all the things. Whatever. There's the capital sitting right next to me. Come on, you guys get discounts on your construction. Hurry it up. Ghouls outside my capital make me uncomfortable. Okay, so far, my gosh, this is a huge list. Am I gonna have to start scrolling up and down it? Okay. So we have all the boats, as usual. We got monks, the half-price priests, pikemen, as usual, squires, So you have the knights and you have their squires. Alright. Disciples. They have a 6-figure crossbowman. Wow. Wow. They have a 6-figure crossbowman. Wow. I don't have Flame Blade or Adamant or anything, but they have a 6-figure crossbowman. So the Wizards Guild is now behind the thing. So no magicians, it's Magister again. Alright, let's have a look. Wall Crusher makes a lot of sense for them. Yep. Okay. The same as the others, but with 6 figures. Okay. Paladins! Yep, they're still Paladins. Reason they still have that super high upkeep. And Crusaders! You said they have a spell, Holy Armor, huh? 6 figures. Paladin lead a group of Crusaders. They have more attack and more figures than the Paladins, but they don't have the armor piercing, so the Paladin is still going to hit harder. But the Crusaders are cheaper. I want to check something. Okay. I want to test something. Okay. Oh. Fighters Guild. 15 turns, you say? Okay. I can now have squires with just that one building. Those seem pretty potent. I need a library. That takes nothing to build. Oh, right. So we're about 20 turns into the game and I've got Crossbowmen. Okay. Oh, I should have cast this. Okay, this is without mithril, adamant, or, you know, most of the stuff. This is just basics here. Alright. Let's see what these guys can do. What sort of damage they can bring on. Spiders. Ooh. Despite their shields, they get killed by sprites. Either sprites are still in the game. Shit, everybody's webbed. I can't use them. Anyway, I can get those extremely early. They lose to sprites despite a large shield. We can get them very, very, very early, though. They went down super easy to sprites, though, despite the large shield. Ah, node buff. That's why. Okay, good point. So, anyway, forgot to buff them up. Okay, without the buffs. They have a ton of ammo. What the? Easy mode. I keep forgetting I'm in easy mode. It's so weird. I've never played on easy mode before, so it's just... Aha! Now here's a problem. Missile immunity. Can't fight that. Spirits, nothing. Problem is they'll just get killed again. Just guessing it's Wraith form. It's a safe guess. Alright, I'm about to conclude the test. Ah, roads are moving me faster again. Oh my gosh, they took the city. I are so shocked. How could this happen? Interesting. You're gonna target those over the ones over here. But what if I use webbing? That's even with the wall bonus. They're better than ghouls. It only takes 2 buildings to make them. Six-figure crossbowmen. I don't know. I don't know. Well, let's go back to checking out things. We have just a couple more to see. So we checked out the spells, we checked out the Arcanist races. We're left with Beastmen, Dark Elves, Draconians, and Trolls. I want to see Trolls. They were one of my favorites. Oh, rock throwers. We have a ranged attack in Troll. They're always forbidden to have them. Oh, come on. They're going to have a defense stat. They're Trolls. They're Trolls. Wall Crusher with their rocks? I don't know. 3 power doesn't seem like enough to smash it. This is actually catapult rocks. So they're going to hit things with missile immunity. The dwarves are all like, haha, we have muskets. We can do 4. And the troll's like, ugh, rock. Almost as good. Thump. What? I really loved Trolls. I have not played them since Cerevi. I haven't really played them since Caster of Magic because they just... I know a lot of people like troll magicians. I can't stand them. I can't stand that that's the ultimate troll unit. It's bad enough that mammoth riders don't get regeneration, which, like, but they're the melee regenerating race, and then they're not spellcasters. Trolls are not wizards. And then suddenly, troll wizards, that's their best unit. I'm sure it's a great unit. It just rubs me the wrong way. Anyway, rock throwers I can get behind. I almost, I don't know. I can get behind them. I don't know that they should be able to, like, if the dwarven guns are not capable of shooting, how are they throwing these rocks across again, I feel like there should be a short range. Like, you have long range. There should be a short range that just says you can only shoot like 3 tiles. Or the accuracy gets really bad really fast. Then if you had a range limitation on these, I would be 100% behind them. Other than they're still trolls, their hide is more than 1 defense. I mean, come on, it's a troll. But for balance reasons, I guess. But if they can be given a short range effect, then yeah, you can just put some shields on them, and they're a beautiful unit. All right. I mean, I'm okay with a troll shaman. A troll shaman is fine. A chieftain that helps them regenerate by raising the dead? I don't know how I feel about them having raised dead. I mean, I get, because they could raise dead other races. That's a very high-end, potent spell. I don't know about raised dead, but I'm definitely glad to hear they don't have a magician. Believe it or not, the novel Water Margin that Bandit Kings of Ancient China is based on, in this novel, we have had people with flamethrowers. We have had paddle wheelers in ancient China. They're actually paddle, but they're ships with paddle wheels on them. I'm like, are you kidding? From like 1100 AD, that tech existed? Like, they had cannons, a bunch of kinds of cannons, some of which I'd never heard of before. All kinds of great tech, all these great heroes with crazy-ass weapons. And you know who seems to be the guy that's beating the shit out of everybody? Stone Thrower. Or, depending on the translation, Featherless Arrow. What does this guy do? He rides a horse, and he has a bag of rocks. And he is constantly knocking people off their horses and hitting them in the heads and just constantly beating the shit out of everybody by just throwing rocks. I'm like, I see. The most epic weapon in China. Who needs cannons? Who needs guns? Who needs flamethrowers? You just have rocks. You win all the fights. What's it matter anymore? I can't get over it. And it's not just one time. It's not just when he's the antagonist and he beats the crap out of a bunch of heroes. No. He joins them, and then he's constantly the one beating everybody else. And the enemies are like, my God, there's this guy. He throws rocks. It's ridiculous. Trying to explain why they lost battles. Trying to explain why when they had like 10,000 men, they lost the battle. And it's like, you don't understand. There's this guy and he throws rocks at us. And we don't have a way to fight this. What? Oh, man. I'm torn. I kind of want to do... It would be such an undertaking. I would have to put so much work and time into it. But I kind of want to do just a series. Just like an abridged version of Water Margin. Lords of Magic. I've heard of it. I have not played all the games, alas. There are many games. Oh my gosh, War Trolls come out of the Colosseum. Oh, that's so much earlier. Oh, that's so much earlier. That might make them viable in and of itself. I love War Trolls. I loved having armies of undead War Trolls that would just keep regenerating. As long as I won the fight, I still had War Trolls. And that was what I loved the Trolls for. I can have them from the beginning. Not the no, they're not here. What, the Shaman have defense? And the Rock Throwers don't? How is that fair to the Rock Thrower? Instead of Rock Thrower, maybe it should be like, I don't know, Savage. Maybe not. Maybe, like whatever word for the bottom rung of society. Like, no. These aren't, like the Shaman are trained and respected. These are like the vagabonds. Like, these are the bums. We made them just go out and throw rocks at the enemy. Okay, so that didn't give me War Trolls. Where are they? Where are you? I don't see them, but I do see Shield Bearers. And when you have regeneration, the Shield Bearer might make more sense. No. Carefree Rat don't go to the battlefield. He's too smart for that. Carefree Rat. I'd have to explain too much. He was the key member in a heist. One hell of a heist. And they made off with a huge amount of treasure. And then he and his wife, he's got the treasure buried under his bed or something. But the heist gets found out. And he's the guy that they managed to bust. And so they catch him. He's the only guy that's caught. And he rats out everybody else. To be fair, he was tortured. And every single character confesses under torture in this novel. A couple of them manage to hold specific details back, but for the most part, everyone breaks to torture. That's just a rule of this novel. Okay. Anyway, he gets rescued because they don't hold it against him at all. He was tortured. You know. And, he ends up involved several times doing spy kind of work. He's you know, that kind of thing. Then he gets put on, basically he's in charge of setting up the feasts and stuff like that, because they have Fleona Drum, who's another really low tier character, is like the greatest burglar who ever lived. Like, I'm like, really? This guy, the stories, when he steals the armor made out of owl feathers. Everything about this novel requires too much explanation. I can't. I would have to do an entire series just on it. Because, my gosh. Also, everyone is evil. Yeah, everyone is evil. I'm serious. Like, even the characters that they're trying to portray as being good guys and heroes, I'm like, fuck these people. These are terrible people. Let's see what terrible, evil things they do next and claim that it's in the name of honor. Oh my gosh. They do bad things. Many times. Oh my gosh. Things I don't even want to talk about at times. But it's weird. They'll be perfectly okay with acts like cannibalism and murder of very, very young people. Things I don't even want to talk about. But they're not into sleeping with women. So to sleep, they're just like what? He's like characters will just lose all respect for someone if they go to a whorehouse or something, or you know, and you're like, you people are, and this is where you draw the line. Okay, all right. I mean, it's your moral compass. I find it points in strange ways, but okay. Yeah, throw a temper tantrum and decide you've lost all respect for someone and maybe should kill them because they slept with other people who were willing. Yeah, okay. All right. I guess. I don't know, man. The things it's strange. What do you expect? The book's written more than 1,000 years ago. Of course it's not going to conform to modern sensibilities. I guess. Even so, my gosh. Not the most powerful character. He doesn't have to be. He knows what he's doing. Alright, let's get our research on. We need to get the spell. Pass the turns, make it happen. Okay, well, that's a lot of attack power now. Are you sure you're a shield bearer? Looks more like you're a sword bearer that might have a shield somewhere on his, strapped to his body somewhere, but I thought I saw someone with regeneration too. The Shaman have extra regeneration. It makes a kind of sense. This is basically a war troll already. It's got the 3 movement. It gets to have a large shield, which is very nice. This is practically a war troll right here. I could work with this. I get that one spell that makes them undead. And the regeneration still works, but they no longer have an upkeep cost, and there you go. But of course, we have to see that. What is this? Oh, this is a dark elven thing. Oh, this is really cool. Do you have a... You can cast... What the hell are you gonna cast with 12 MP? Oh, well, it's fine. You're cool. You're really cool. I'm not sure if you're a good unit or not, but you're a really cool one, so I'll let it be. Huh, aren't you a higher tier hero? Lin Chong? Shit. I know them by titles, not their actual names. And I agonize over figuring out who some people are. It took me a long time to figure out who Harry Priest was. It's, the Pilgrim. You know, the necklace of skulls and the knives that apparently moan in the night. That guy. But yeah, I can't think of who Lin Chong... You know, like I said, I know them by the titles from the NES game I played since I was a kid, and I'm constantly trying to associate who each one is. So, I would... Yeah, they're not good guys. Even Welcome Rain. Even the hero that the heavens... Even he has very... The things he signs off on, the things he's done... Oh, him! Yeah, leopard-headed. He's about as good as you're gonna get. He did decide to join bandits, and they said you have to go down the hill and murder a traveler and take his stuff, and he went, okay, let's go murder someone. Hey, look, there's somebody. Let's murder. Let's steal him and steal from him and take his stuff. When Blueface Beast came by, and that's, I mean, him killing Robed Scholar, the whatever the guy's title and name was, him killing the bandit leader. Yes, maybe, I don't know. We don't see a lot of the shitty treatment he received. We know he's being treated like shit by the guy, but. And I feel super sorry for him with what was done to him at the beginning. My gosh, poor guy. He's about as good aligned as you're gonna see. And even he has shades of gray. And considering the people he's hanging out with, I mean, freaking Black Whirlwind. My gosh, that man. That man! Over and over again, I'm like yelling at them, don't bring him! Don't bring him! We're gonna visit the capital! You're all wanted. You all have prices on your heads. They want to kill all of you. We're gonna go visit the capital because I want to see the Lantern Viewing Festival. Black Whirlwind goes, ooh, bring me! Don't bring him! Oh, sure, we'll bring him. No! This guy can't stop murdering random innocent people. Don't bring him. He has fits of rage and sets things on fire for no reason. Yeah, he starts setting things on fire and attacking people. Oh, we're so surprised. No. This is what he is at all times. There is not a time or place where he's not thinking of murdering, burning, or eating. That's his life. Don't take him. And they keep taking him everywhere. Every time. He just decides on the battlefield, I'm gonna take my men and go murder our ally. Kill them all, burn everything, destroy the whole place. You had an alliance with those people. They fulfilled the terms of the alliance. He wandered off the battlefield to burn, destroy all of that, and then comes back and goes, I destroyed and burned and killed all our allies and took all their stuff. No one will ever trust you again. You have to execute this man immediately, on the spot, for violating the alliance, or no one will ever ally or surrender ever again. And they just go, oh, you shouldn't have done that. Oh, Black Whirlwind. Well, that's just the kind of guy he is. No, you can't have someone like this in your organization. He saved your life. Okay, great. Your sworn brothers. Okay, great. Find him a position far away from the battlefield. I don't know what it is. Just keep him in the booze, somewhere far from where he can even talk to other people that you may be interacting with. Oh my gosh. Nope! This is the Warlords mod of Master of Magic that's added in new units and all kinds of things. Anyway, right. What were we doing? We were learning a spell. Right, we gotta pass some turns. Trolls are very bad at spell research. And very bad at, well, magic in general. They're just not magical creatures. I'm ranting about a book that maybe one person, one or two people at most have read. The blacksmith? Huh. I haven't finished it yet. I'm most of the way through. I just took a little break and I'm reading some Amagi Brilliant Park. Something light and nice because, because I feel like it, okay? I'm gonna get back on that horse and continue with Water Margin. I'm most of the way through it, I think. Okay, so let's see what the ultimate units are for the trolls. The Armorers Guild gives us War Trolls, War Mammoths, and Chieftains all at the same time. I kind of feel like they should be spread out at least a little bit. But okay, fine, whatever. It's fine. Give it to me. And let's have a look. We have, first of all, the War Trolls. The only thing they have going for them is Regeneration 2. Honestly, I've always been a big fan of the War Troll, but the Shield Bearer has a large shield to help them close the gap, and the War Trolls don't? I don't think that this is really much of an improvement. Certainly not 65 points of cost better. And 2 maintenance? You go from a 3 to a 5. You're saying that this is almost twice as good. This is not almost twice as good. The shield bearers are plenty good enough. I don't think the War Trolls are very good in context of the Trolls right now. I think you'd be better off just making shield bearers because they pump out faster and they have a large shield and they're very nearly as good. The only thing the War Troll has going for it is an extra point of regeneration. If they had a 4th point of movement, I'd feel different, but they're not mounted, so they shouldn't. Alright, moving on. Yep. Still no regeneration, still don't like them. Alright, Chieftains. You don't look like much of a warrior to me. You certainly are not. Oh, hey, look, they do have the thing marked. Pathfinding. So your whole stack moves fast with a chieftain. I like the concept of the chieftain. I don't like the raised dead. I feel like, I mean, if I'm using this, I mean, it kinda... I mean, it kind of lets me get away with, alright, so if I were to mix in, for example, some Minotaurs in my army, so I have the War Trolls, they regenerate, so they'll come back to me after the end of battle, so long as I win, but then the Minotaurs die. Well, I don't want to lose the Minotaurs, so I use the raised dead on the Minotaurs. But I don't think that's what you were going for. I think you were going for that they could help the trolls regenerate faster. I think that's what this is supposed to mean. The other thing, though, if you raise a troll from the dead and it dies again, I think it doesn't regenerate. I think that kills the regeneration, actually. I'm not certain of that, though. It's kind of a niche interaction. Anyway, I'm not sure about the raised dead. I like the idea of a troll chieftain unit that's not a warrior but is a support somehow. It's a shame that leadership is limited to heroes, but honestly, I would, you know, if you don't mind giving them leadership 1, just flat leadership 1, and maybe defense, divine barrier, or whatever it's called, 1, then this unit would be perfectly great just like that. Not a holy bonus, because they're not a holy unit. Just attack and defense. So you just, you know, plus the pathfinding. So you put one of them in the troop. You put one of them in each army. I think the shield bearer is incredible. I think the rock thrower is interesting, but the shield bearer is such a massive gain for the trolls. Because you don't even need the Armorer's Guild. You can just start pumping these out and doing your thing. I think that this goes a long way to helping the trolls. But this might be my favorite addition. It's just, they throw rocks, that's all. Limit the, if they can have their range limited, and then their defense, you know, put back up to 3 at least, just with a limited range, then they're perfect. They're just such a good addition. They have a maintenance cost. Wait a minute. It costs more to maintain a guy who throws a rock than to maintain spearmen. I also note the spearmen have an extra figure now, which means they'll respond better to buffs, but I don't think it's enough to make up for the fact that these guys have defense. You tried to do it, huh? Well, you can ask Seraphy about it. Maybe he can set it up. Yeah, I don't know. And also remember, I am but one person. Get feedback from other people, because other people might not have the same hang-ups and problems that I do. They might be like, no, that's fine. Usually when I try to get feedback, I give it to, I give a bunch of people the same thing, and I look for when multiple people said the same thing. They're not talking to each other about it. Like, you gotta get the feedback straight from the person and not say anything that would, you know, possibly taint it. Possibly, you know, in any way affect their opinions. Just get their straight feedback, and I look for when multiple people are saying the same thing. Alright. Dark Elves apparently have magical knights. Let's take a look. I bet the Beastmen are going to be fascinating. Beastmen have so much potential. I kind of want to play Clackons, man. Antlions. That's so cool. With more rare rocks. No, they're throwing money at the enemy. There we go. Well, yeah, it's a mod. It's sort of. Actually, mods are common, but this actually technically isn't a mod. So, you had Master of Magic. Then Caster of Magic was a mod. Then CeraVe recoded the entire game. And that's this. And he made it mod friendly. And so now we're getting mods of that. But I believe all of Master of Magic's editing was done. You had to be able to hex edit to do anything with it. Dark Elves still haven't figured out how to use a bow. Alright. That's fine. I'm fine with that. So they should have more curses like weakness and stuff now, right? Oh, right, I keep forgetting. Alright, we got the population built up a bit. So, Shaman. They have Shaman? I know they had Priests, but now they have Shaman? There was always a limit. You were never allowed to have both. You either got one or the other. Look at that! Shaman with 5 points of punch to them. And the healing spell. Pretty good. I guess we won't be getting monks then. Yep, no monks. Shaman instead. So they get a very early unit that's got some bite to its magic attack. Alright, let's build a few more things. Okay. Okay, let's see. So there's our priests. Stables, giving us cavalry, same as they've always been. Alright, let's drop the Fighters Guild in on this. Probably want that. Okay, Magic Knights. So this is what you get from the Fighters Guild, basically. Do they have any... Does any of these have a built-in spell yet, by the way, other than the healing for Shaman? Since I can't see that information. It's like having a Shaman that has 4 times as many hit points. The extra resistance... Well, they don't heal, of course, but still. Magic Knight might be viable. Adepts. I wonder if anyone's going to get a unit from the Merchants Guild. Initial spell is Firebolt. Initial spell for who? Not the Spearmen. Don't you dare ignore us. Jerks. No, wait, I meant to melee. You better not have busted up my buildings. Quit it! Okay. Hurry it up. Okay, let's see. So this is everything we can make currently before the thing. So Adepts, Priests. The Adepts have the same potency as the Priests, but they're fragile. And the Priests get... Alright. Nobody seems to have any special unit from the Oracles yet either. Alright, Tree of Knowledge. So, what could they possibly get that they didn't already have? Oh, wait. Always forget the importance of casting it. Okay, Nightmares as usual. Warlocks as always. Nightblades. So... they got Magic Knights. I mean, they were already the Dark Elves. What do we expect? Let's see the Nightmares, since those are supposed to eat... Oh, we also need the Wizards Guild to make a Nightmare. An added building. A quite significant one, actually. Slowing the Nightmares down considerably in their production. So now they eat 2 food, right? Even though they're just horses, so why should they eat more? But whatever. Oh, what is this? Illusion. Fear. Fear makes sense, I guess. But they're a spellcaster. Okay. To justify how much harder they are to make. I think that these are a lot less viable now. Like, they've been made stronger, but the added cost on them, and then it being even harder to make them. I don't know if they're even viable anymore. They were mostly the fact that they were a flying ranged unit. The fear and the spellcasting don't really contribute to that role exactly. The illusion does. I am neither king nor deity. I am a nerd. And eventually perhaps a space galactic emperor, but, you know, we'll see. Only time will tell if I can get that position. I think that they're subsisting off of magical energy. I think their maintenance cost is just being 100% maintained. I don't know if I'd want summons to eat food. I think it's better to keep a nice clean line. Anyway, we've only got a couple of things left. Last couple. Draconians and Beastmen. Beastmen are probably going to be fascinating like Clackons. Clackons were really impressive. Fire breath on top of archery. That had never been possible before. I thought that was something Seraphy should do after he made this engine. I thought that was the way that Draconian archers should have been. Hey, I'm working on XCOM Apocalypse. I'll get to Masters of Orion. Someday. Probably. Population growth ain't the best in this spot. Barracks has a maintenance these days. So far, shield bearers that fly. Okay. Huh. Still only offering Doom Drakes. Okay. Warships? They can make ships that don't fly? Really? I have to see that. That doesn't seem right. Why would they want a ship that doesn't fly? Alright, make all the things. A monster invasion of magic spirits? Now I know I'm playing easy mode. Oh yeah, I forgot about Heavenly Light. There you go. The original Masters of Orion, not Masters of Orion 2? Oh no! The airships don't transport? That was the whole thing. That's what they did. That was what made them good. The airships were complete garbage in combat. They were useless in battle. The only thing they did was transport your troops, and I really liked that about them. Crap. You can confuse an illusion? Oh, we're gonna lose heroes here. Oh wow, somehow we didn't. Okay, Tree of Knowledge. You what? They still cost 30.
What are you talking about? What did you do in your mod? What did you do to the magic spirits that made them out of control? Okay, let's have a quick peek. This was before the spell. So, we got monks. We got disciples. We got the shield bearer. Well, I mean, they have an extra hit point, I guess. But if you're draconian, you want ranged attacks. You're flying already. You want ranged attacks. Anything that can't shoot back is just dead. You want to abuse your advantages. Just Doomdrakes and Wizards. So we ended up with a couple of mid-tier units. Is a shield worth 50% more than taking 50% longer? Well, they have the extra movement tiles, so alright. Yeah, sorry, you confused me for a second there, Dev. I usually like to start with the first. The Saint has what? Whoa. Are you sure you want to give them that? That is a very powerful ability. You'd be surprised at what you can do if you find Adamant and you have Flame Blade. You would be surprised. Like, you guys think sprites are kind of OP, because they are, but bowmen, you can literally start churning them out. Well, in this mod, you could start churning them out on turn 1. But if you can, then you just drop Flame Blade on them. If you can get Adamant on top of that, they have a lot of power. But then you give them the Holy bonus as well? It's a big deal. Okay, these don't look... They cost 2 food, but they don't actually look to be any more powerful than normal that I can see. Maybe I'm mistaken and they have more hit points or attack power or something, but 7 Firebird, they just look like Doomdrakes to me. But now they eat more food. So what is an airship good for? If it's no longer a troop transport. It's basically a flying ballista now. What the... Why would they want boats? They can fly. Why would they want boats? Like I said, this is the one race that wouldn't develop roads. They just would not develop roads. They also would not develop boats. They would never develop the technology. They'd be like, why would we? Okay, maybe they would want a fishing boat. But it would just be like a platform to fish from. Or hang nets from. That's about it. They would not want to develop galleys and warships. You're trying to use reverse psychology on me there, Wings. I can tell. I mean, Doomdrakes... Oh, they had fear. Doomdrakes having fear, I guess, it's fine. Dragon fear is a well-documented phenomenon, after all. Alright, last one, Beastmen. Now, let's see that awesome sprite work do some, Wait. Get rid of you. Okay, hold on. Nobody ever gets a special unit that comes out of the market. I'll tell you,
If the Draconians had crossbowmen, it would be a nightmare. Let me see, one sec. This is my Discord. That is the Discord right there. And everything I'm doing, I always mention on Discord. I keep my schedule there. Speaking of which, I should modify that after this stream. Make a unique unit called a trader. Hey, they had great merchants in the Civilization series. And they created, in Realism Invictus, you could actually get a trader unit, actually. A merchant as a regular unit with one of the religions. And you could send it out to somebody else's city to do trades and make money. I didn't bother with it much, generally. But it was a thing. Yeah, they would have walls. They would have walls because they sleep on the ground. And the last thing you want is a snake coming in and eating all of your eggs. So you build a wall to keep out the walkie things from getting in and eating your young. They would totally do walls, actually. But they wouldn't make roads. And they wouldn't build warships. Okay, oops. Shit. Are you guys done yet? Oh shit, I screwed up big time. Passed a ton of turns without building all the things. Okay, we know about shield bearers and crossbowmen. We know all about the mighty centaur, assuming nothing's changed. They're basically just an improved version of horsebowmen. Ah, but we might see improved centaurs. We might actually see centaurs that are battle-hardened now. Oh, here we go. Golgolanos. Whatever might we have. Needs more things. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Man, the sprite work in this is excellent. Really excellent. It's not a question of clever, it's a question of why. Why would they want it? It would be like you have a species that has no hands, So why would they invent gloves? Oh, the old... That's actually a great place for the flying buffalo sprite. Stone Gaze 0? On a non-summoned unit, though. That's a really crazy thing to give them. Could you guys hurry up and finish building everything? Okay. So... That's a really great use for the old flying buffalo sprite. Like, I've also felt like the temple, some of the races should have the temple and the original armory again. Like, not every race, but just those old building models from the base game. Just a few races should have armories and temples for specific things. Alright, well, let's have a look. So, Minotaurs, as always. I was hoping to see a little more with the centaurs and perhaps a couple other new just beastmen creatures, but let's see what we got here. So Minotaurs, they're pretty much the same as they've always been. Okay. I see this, but wasn't there a third unit? Could have sworn I got 3 things. Oh well. Let's see ya. Okay, yeah. So it just has, it does eat 2 food, it's got a cost of 4. Stone Gaze is just such a wild ability to give them. I mean, fear was a big deal when that got put on Jackal Riders. I really like that priest sprite. I really like that sprite. I feel like I'm missing something. Where's my magician? We got the disciples. Am I just blind, or do we not have a magician? What are they disciples of? Monks, disciples. Oh, there they are, all the way near the bottom. Ah, the order of the units is a little. Okay, that's fine. All right, that was the last one. Huh. So, crossbowmen. Of course, ballistas, shield bearers, lots of people got those. Some more mid-tier units. And the Gugglenus. This might be a bit strange to say, but I think the way you've set up the units here might lend itself to making all of the buildings cost twice as much. So that you'd spend more of the game at the lower and mid tiers with the you'd have more incentive to stay at these lower levels. For example, like this costs 240. That's like, I can build the walls for 75. Like, these are all N tier buildings here, but I mean, even the linking towers. I could have a linking tower, or I could have less than 2 of them. But if all the buildings cost twice as much, just specifically took twice as long to build, suddenly you might find yourself asking, do I want to upgrade my tech? Ooh, that takes a long time. Maybe I should just make some monks. I mean, priests would be so much better because they can do the, they got all this stuff, but it takes a long time to build the building to make the priests. So, I don't know. It's a thought. Having so many more units in the low to mid tiers just makes me feel like maybe you want to slow the pace of the game some. The only reason that they'll want a ship is to make shipping large quantities of goods inexpensive. That's the only reason that they would get into shipping. But I feel like some other species would have gotten into shipping and they'd have started trading with them and just let the other species do the boat stuff. While they're above such things, they're thinking, how can we fly higher? How can we fly faster? How can we, that kind of thing. It's a suggestion. I am floating the possibility. You have to test these things. I think maybe doubling the cost of the buildings might lend itself well to this, or it might make the game too slow in relation to the magic, because you're also researching spells the whole time. I don't know all the implications of what that will do. Maybe the stronger monsters, the rampaging monsters, will start showing up too early if everything's slowed down. I don't know. Like, if messing with one thing always has consequences in other places. But I think it's an idea. I think it might be worth pursuing. Because as it stands now, I'm probably gonna rush to the strongest unit I can get my hands on and then mass produce that. And we have all of these interesting tactical options here that wouldn't be explored if I do that. You might also consider that spell that allows the Armorer's Guild and stuff to push that forward another year. If you increase the build costs, you'd also push that spell further into the game before you can research it. If you really want to go crazy, if you want to try making a really different kind of experience, you could even make the Tree of Knowledge. You could even make a second spell just like this that comes into play even later. And you could be like, okay, early game, these units. Mid game, these units. Late game, now you can have your Paladins. It would be a dramatically different experience from standard Master of Magic if you do that, though. You would dramatically alter the game. Then you would have, and you gotta watch out that summons don't completely overshadow everything. If you slow down and use the lower tier units, somebody might just... one of my favorite strategies is rush to Shadow Demons. If I can get Shadow Demons really early in the game, and I can, Shadow Demons are amazing and kill everything and regenerate. As long as nobody can petrify them, they're practically unstoppable. But petrification has become incredibly common now, and it makes it hard for me to use Shadow Demons. I've heard that spiders, rushing to spiders, is one of the strongest strategies in the game right now. I haven't tried that one myself. Yeah. Anyway. So, that was Warlords, a mod that is still in development, and I will get to experience it in more detail in January. Of course, I also want to play games of caster. I still want to try a bunch of strategies in regular caster of magic as well. But I'm interested. Of all the things I've seen, I think the thing that I liked the most, I'm really intrigued by Crossbowmen and the Troll Shield Bearers. I want to try both of those. But I think the Clackons. I think the Clackons are the most exciting. I really like the merging unit. A cavalry unit that teleports behind you. That dramatically shifts the balance, because currently in the regular game, magicians are such a powerful defensive force that, I mean, they're immune to arrows. They're so powerful. Once the other wizards start filling all their cities with magicians, you basically either have to research a spell like Blizzard, or you just have to power up until you can just push through that. And it's very hard. But the Antlions might just straight up counter wizards, magisters, whatever we want to call them. Just teleport behind them and rip them apart. All the wizards are dead. Problem solved. A thing that I think the thing that most definitely needs fixing is the Wasps. The nature spell that summons hornets. That is currently too powerful. That straight up killing a gargoyle like that, I'm like, whoa. And it should, I think that it should be doing poison damage to start with. Like only one sword and then 2 poison to begin with, or however many poison it needs. I don't know. Has a ton of shields on it. That one needs to be looked at, tweaked. Yeah, oh, no problem. No, thank you for showing this to me. This is cool shit. I look forward to seeing it when it's, finished. When it's more developed. But at the moment, it shows a lot of promise. I love the sprite work. I really do. This is some of the best sprite work Master of Magic has ever had. I mean, basically. Good work on the sprites, man. I'm not gonna get to stream again for a month. I'm also not gonna get to sleep today. I get to sleep much later. Anyway, until next time and every time, this is Hadriex signing off. Thanks everyone for being here. Bye.